Welcome to week 5, financial literacy. Today, our financial wellness journey is covering things that society expect us to know, but no one has ever taught us. We'll start with financial fundamentals, banking basics, understanding different account types, and how interest rates and fees impact your finances. Next is credit management. Learn about credit scores, their importance, and strategies for building and maintaining good credit. Then we'll cover healthy debt relationships. Develop responsible approaches to credit cards, loans, and buy now, pay later services. Finally, financial self-care. Incorporate financial check-ins into your routine and celebrate progress through visualization and affirmations. But first, let's recap last week. We explored various savings strategies to help build financial security, including prioritising an emergency fund and essential retirement savings. We discussed effective debt management techniques to reduce financial burden, including the snowball and avalanche methods, and debt consolidation. Additionally, we examined how to establish healthy financial boundaries in your personal and professional relationships. We hear and use banking and finance terminology, but do we really understand what everything means? Let's start with some banking basics. Account fundamentals. There are various types of bank accounts available, each with specific purposes. Choosing the right account is essential for your financial needs. Digital banking. Digital tools make managing your money easier than ever, from mobile apps to online bill payments. Actually, Roy Morgan research is showing us we love mobile banking even more than internet banking these days. Fee structures. Knowledge of common banking fees and how to avoid them can save you hundreds of dollars annually and maximise your account benefits. In other words, knowing how to avoid high fees instead put them in your own savings. Cha-ching! Account types and uses. Now stick with me here as we break them down. Simon image. Transaction accounts are your weekly spend account, linked to a debt card and designed for daily expenses and regular payments. Savings accounts are an interest-earning account for emergency savings, bills, or can be for short, long-term savings for achieving goals. Term deposits are for short, long-term savings. Think of it like a secure, locked-in fixed-term savings/investment with guaranteed returns. Offset accounts are for bills. They're linked to a mortgage where you can reduce interest payments. Redraw accounts. They're for short, long-term savings or emergency. It's where you've made additional repayments of your mortgage, thereby enabling access to funds over the minimum payment available to be withdrawn. Credit card and buy now, pay later really should be used if you're exceptional at money management. It is, after all, spending money you don't have. And if the monthly amount owing isn't paid off, you'll attract significant interest fees. Understanding interest rates and fees. Interest rates significantly affect the cost of loans and returns on investments, making them essential to understand for effective financial management. There are several important concepts to grasp, including fixed versus variable rates, comparison rates, and simple versus compound interest. Understanding these concepts allows you to make informed decisions, compare financial products effectively, and potentially save thousands of dollars over the life of your loans and investments. Knowledge about interest rates equals power in your financial journey. Fixed versus variable interest rates. Let's look at fixed interest rates. Payment amounts stay the same throughout the loan term, which provides protection from market fluctuations. Fixed rates typically start higher than variable rates and may incur break fees for early payoff. Variable interest rates. Payments can increase or decrease based on market conditions. Variable rates often start lower than fixed rates and provide benefits when market rates fall. However, they expose borrowers to rising rate risks. For example, in the late 1980s, I remember our home loan rate got as high as 21%. Choosing between fixed and variable rates depends on your financial situation, risk tolerance, and market expectations. Demystifying comparison rates. Comparison rates represent the true cost of a loan by combining the interest rate with additional fees and charges, giving you a more accurate picture for comparing different loan products. These rates are based on a standardised loan amount and term, allowing for apples to apples comparisons between different loan offerings in the market. While valuable for comparing loans, consider other factors like loan features, flexibility, and how the loan aligns with your specific financial situation and your goals. Comparison rate in action. Here's a real example. Let's compare two loan products, both for $150,000 over 25 years. Product 1 has an advertised rate of 4.5% per annum with an application fee of $800, valuation fee of $400, annual fee of $500, and discharge fee of $1,000. This results in a comparison rate of 5.65%. Product 2 has a slightly higher advertised rate of 4.7% per annum, but lower fees. The application fee is $300, valuation fee of $200, annual fee of $300, and discharge fee of only $500. Can you see how this gives product 2 a lower comparison rate of 4.9%? Despite product 2's higher advertised rate, its lower fees make it more cost-effective overall. Simple interest explained. We have 4 factors. We have principal, rate, time, and interest. For example, if you borrow $1,000 at 5% simple interest for 3 years, you'll pay $150 in interest. So that's $1,000 times 0.05% times 3 years for a total repayment of $1,150. The power of compound interest. Compound interest creates exponential growth as you earn interest on both your principal and previously accumulated interest, dramatically increasing investment value over time. However, for loans, compound interest can rapidly increase debt balances if not managed properly, potentially leading to significantly higher repayment amounts. The impact is amplified with more frequent compounding periods, daily, monthly, quarterly, creating even greater growth and debt accumulation compared to less frequent compounding. Einstein's eighth wonder, has anyone heard of it? Albert Einstein reportedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, noting that those who understand it earn it, while those who don't pay it. Let's understand it. Simple versus compound interest for loans. With simple interest loans, interest is calculated only on the original principal amount. For example, a $3,000 loan with a 12% annual interest rate over 4 years would generate $1,440 in interest, calculated as $3,000 times 0.12 times 4. This results in a total repayment of $4,440. Well, in contrast, compound interest loans calculate interest on both the principal and previously accumulated interest. So the same loan, $3,000 at 12% annually over 4 years, but with annual compounding, would generate $1,720.56 in interest. This means a total repayment of $4,720.56, which is $280.56 more than with simple interest. Simple versus compound interest for savings. When your savings earn simple interest, you only earn interest on your initial deposit. For example, with an initial deposit of $5,000 at 4%, annual interest over 2 years, the interest calculation would be $5,000 times 0.04% times 2. This results in $400 of total interest earned, giving you a final amount of $5,400. Well, with compound interest, you earn interest on both your initial deposit and previously earned interest. Using the same example of $5,000 initial deposit at 4% annual interest over 2 years with annual compounding, you would earn a total of $416.47 in interest, resulting in a final amount of $5,416.47. Interest comparison. Let's look at the key takeaways. Simple interest grows linearly, while compound interest grows exponentially, creating dramatically different outcomes over time. Know this difference when making financial decisions is so important. For borrowers, simple interest is preferable as it results in lower total interest payments over the life of the loan. This can save significant money when repaying debts. For investors and savers, seek compound interest with the highest frequency possible to maximise returns. The more frequently interest compounds, the greater your long-term gains will be. Understanding debt, financial terms. Credit cards are revolving lines of credit with typically high interest rates. Mortgages are long-term property. Personal loans providing finance specifically for vehicle purchases or for activities such as weddings, holidays, etc. Education loans offer financing to cover the cost of post-secondary education and related expenses. Buy now, pay later. Buy now, pay later services offer instalment payments for purchases. So, what is buy now, pay later? It's a modern payment solution that allows consumers to make purchases and pay for them through instalments rather than paying the full amount up front. It reminds me of many years ago, lay-by system. The only difference was then you didn't actually get to take your purchase home until it was fully paid off, but you paid it in instalments. It typically requires only basic personal information and may include a soft credit check that doesn't affect your credit score. This payment option is increasingly available at major retailers and e-commerce platforms. The buy now, pay later process. It begins with application. When checking out, customers select the BNPL option and provide basic information for a quick soft credit check that typically doesn't affect their credit score. Next comes approval. Customers receive an instant approval decision based on the provider's criteria, often with higher approval rates than traditional credit for smaller purchase amounts. Then the purchase is completed immediately while the BNPL provider pays the merchant the full amount on your behalf. Finally, repayment starts with the initial instalment, typically 25% at checkout, with remaining payments automatically deducted from the customer's payment method on the scheduled dates. What are the buy now, pay later key features? Well, they typically provide interest-free periods where payment plans have no interest if all instalments are paid on time, though they may charge fees for late or missed payments. They come with flexible terms ranging from a few weeks to several months. Reputable BNPL providers ensure transparency by clearly disclosing all terms and potential fees upfront. Most services offer convenient app management where users can track purchases, upcoming payments, and payment history in one convenient location, commonly a mobile app. Buy now, pay later advantages. So, improved affordability. It makes larger purchases more accessible by breaking them into smaller, more manageable payments. It's convenient, quick application and approval process, allows for seamless purchasing experiences without the delays associated with traditional financing options. The budgeting aid, fixed, predictable instalments, easier to incorporate into purchases, into monthly budgets, helps consumers plan their expenses more effectively while maintaining financial control. But let's look at the potential risks. Buy now, pay later services come with several important risks to consider. Financial overextension is the biggest risk of all, where consumers take on more debt than they can handle. Late payment penalties can include significant fees and may negatively impact your credit score. Many BNPL services report missed payments to credit agencies. BNPL services can encourage impulse buying by removing the immediate financial barrier, making it easier to overspend on items you might not otherwise have purchased. Another consideration is limited credit building potential, as many BNPL transactions may not help improve your credit score the way traditional credit products might. The buy now emphasis deliberately plays on reducing friction in the purchasing process, which often leads to acquiring things that aren't truly needed or affordable in the long run. Buy now, pay later. Smart usage tips. Before using BNPL services, always assess your finances first by evaluating your current financial situation and ensuring you can cover all scheduled payments. Read all terms carefully to understand the payment schedule, late fees, and potential interest charges. Set payment reminders by enabling alerts or notifications to avoid missing payment due dates. And finally, limit the BNPL method for planned, necessary expenditures rather than impulse buys. Buy now, pay later versus credit cards. What are the key differences? Well, BNPL offers fixed instalment payments over a defined period, while credit cards provide revolving credit with minimum monthly payments. BNPL services typically charge no interest if paid on schedule, but may impose high late fees. Credit cards average 20 to 22% annual percentage rate if not paid in full during the grace period. BNPL approval is quick with soft or no credit checks for smaller amounts, whereas credit cards require formal applications with hard credit checks. Credit cards regularly report to credit agencies, helping build credit history with responsible use. BNPL has limited reporting and mainly negative if payments are missed. Credit cards are widely accepted globally, while BNPL is limited to participating retailers. For late penalties, BNPL typically charges flat fees, for example, Afterpay, $8 per late payment, while credit cards have higher late fees, approximately $30, plus ongoing interest on unpaid balances. Financial scenarios. What would you do? Credit card debt versus home deposit. If you owe $5,000 on your credit card, should you pay this off first before saving for a home deposit? Consider interest rates and the impact on your borrowing capacity. What about a gift allocation? If your parents gift you $15,000 to pay off your HLP debt, should you use it for that purpose or redirect it toward your home deposit? Think about interest rates and long-term benefits. Asset liquidation. When selling your car to use as a home loan deposit, what factors should you consider about transportation needs and ongoing costs? Debt management. Is it better to partially pay down HLP debt or take out a personal loan after home loan approval, but before settlement? Consider the impact on your debt to income ratio. Credit scores. A quick recap. Australia has three major credit agencies: Equifax, Experian, and Illion. Each maintains their own credit reporting systems. Credit scores are categorised into 5 levels, from below average to excellent. Your score determines your loan eligibility and terms. Credit information generally remains on your report for up to 7 years. Payment history carries the most weight in calculating your credit score, accounting for approximately 35% of the calculation. Credit score ranges by agencies. Equifax, 0 to 1200. Excellent, 853 to 1200. Very good, 735 to 852. Good, 661 to 734. Average, 460 to 660. Below average, 0 to 459. Let's look at Experian. 0 to 1000. Excellent, 800 to 1000. Very good, 700 to 799. Good, 625 to 699. Average, 550 to 624. Below average, 0 to 549. And then Illion, 0 to 1000. Excellent, 800 to 1000. Very good, 700 to 799. Good, 500 to 699. Average, 300 to 499. Below average, 1 to 299. Well, as you can see, credit scores vary across Australia's 3 main agencies, each using different scoring scales and ranges. Anatomy of a good credit score. Consistent payment history. Regular on-time payments across all credit accounts demonstrate reliability to lenders. Low credit utilisation. Using less than 30% of your available credit shows responsible credit management. Established credit history. Longer credit histories provide more data for lenders to assess your reliability. They look at all of these things, so it's really, really important for you to understand what you're doing when you're spending your money and how you're spending it. Let's look at the warning signs of a bad credit score. Multiple late payments showing a consistent pattern of missing deadlines across accounts is a major red flag. Defaults and collections where accounts have been sent to collection agencies due to non-payment seriously damage your score. High credit utilisation, where you're using more than 70% of your available credit limits, indicates potential financial strain. And finally, numerous credit inquiries from multiple applications for new credit in a short-term frame can signal desperation for funds and also lower your score. Building a strong credit score. Foundations. Let's look at them. The foundation of an excellent credit score of 800 or higher requires maintaining a diverse credit mix. Make consistent on-time payments with no missed or late payments. Keep your credit utilisation low, using less than 30% of your available credit. Start responsibly with just 1 or 2 credit cards, making only small purchases you can afford to pay off. This low utilisation ratio demonstrates financial discipline and positively impacts your overall credit score, creating a solid foundation for excellent credit. Building credit, advanced strategies. Strategic credit applications. Now be selective about new credit applications to minimise hard inquiries. Group loan shopping within 14 to 45 days. Research pre-approval options first. Apply only when necessary and likely to be approved. Now, I remember years ago in real estate having buyers who would go to brokers looking for loans, and they would jump from one broker to a next, and not necessarily good brokers. Some are fabulous, and I know some that are amazing, but they're not all understanding what you're learning, sadly. And these first home buyers would have really poor credit scoring because these brokers were jumping from one place to the next, getting, putting in applications for them, and it didn't look good. So it really does happen, and I would really, really ask you to pay close attention to that one. Credit history preservation. Maintain the length of your credit history. Keep the oldest accounts open, even if rarely used. Make small purchases periodically. Consider the impact before closing accounts. Debt management. Implement effective debt reduction strategies. Use the snowball method for smallest balances first. Try the avalanche method for highest interest rates first. Consider consolidation to simplify multiple debts. Credit repair, essential first steps. Obtain your credit reports. Request your free annual reports from each major agency. Remember Equifax, Experian, and Ilion. Review for inaccuracies. Carefully examine the reports for errors, including accounts you don't recognise, incorrect payment histories, outdated negative information, and duplicate accounts or debts. File disputes. Challenge errors through formal dispute process by submitting online, by mail or by phone. Include supporting documentation. Track dispute status and follow up after 30 to 45 days. Disputing inaccuracies is one of the fastest ways to improve your credit score. Credit agencies must investigate disputes within 30 days and remove information that cannot be verified, potentially resulting in quick score improvements. It's very, very worth your effort. Credit repair. Addressing past issues. Begin by prioritising any past due accounts and bringing them current to prevent further damage to your credit. Contact creditors directly to discuss potential options for resolving issues, including payment plans or hardship programs. For accounts already in collections, negotiate settlements that may allow you to pay less than the full amount owed. Always obtain written confirmation of any agreements made with creditors or collection agencies before making payments to protect yourself and ensure compliance with terms. Credit repair. Building new positive history. Implement a payment reminders system to prevent future late payments through calendar alerts, specialised budgeting apps. Set up automatic payments while maintaining the option to pay more manually when your budget allows. Enable payment confirmation notifications to verify that automatic payments processed successfully. This is going to give you peace of mind. Credit repair, long-term strategy. Preserve credit history by keeping older accounts open and occasionally active. Diversify credit mix by maintaining different types of credit responsibility. Track progress regularly by monitoring score improvements and report changes. Having a diverse mix of credit types, revolving accounts like credit cards and installment loans like mortgages or car loans, can also positively impact your score, demonstrating your ability to manage different types of credit obligations responsibly. Monitoring your credit, available resources. Several options are available to help you monitor your credit. You can access your credit report from each agency once per year at no cost through free annual reports. Many banks and credit card providers offer free credit score access as part of their financial institution services. For more comprehensive monitoring, credit monitoring services provide subscription-based options with detailed monitoring and alerts about changes to your credit profile. Professional credit repair options might be worth considering in short situations, including complex credit issues beyond self-repair, limited time or expertise to manage the process yourself, unsuccessful self-repair attempts, when you need specialised knowledge for unique situations. Legitimate credit repair companies typically offer comprehensive credit report analysis, custom dispute strategies, creditor negotiations, educational resources, and progress tracking and reporting. These services can help navigate difficult credit situations when your own personal efforts haven't yielded the result you're after. How credit scoring affects your financial life. Auto financing, vehicle loan terms and rates directly correlate with credit score tiers, affecting monthly payments and total cost. Mortgage approvals. Your credit score significantly influences mortgage eligibility, interest rates, and required down payment amounts. Credit card offers. High scores unlock premium cards with better rewards, lower rates, and higher credit limits. Rental applications. Landlords often check credit scores when evaluating potential tenants, affecting housing options. Employment opportunities. Some employers review credit history for positions involving financial responsibility. Developing healthy relationships with debt. Approach credit as a financial tool that can provide leverage and opportunities when used strategically, rather than viewing it as extra money for discretionary spending. Invest time in understanding the complete terms of any credit product before using it, including interest calculations, fee structures, and repayment expectations. Different credit products are designed for different purposes, so when you use them in a way they were meant to be used, you'll maximise the benefits while minimising the costs. More in your pocket, so it's definitely worth understanding them. Actively monitor and manage your credit obligations rather than adopting a passive approach. Regularly reviewing statements and tracking your overall debt picture. Smart loan management strategies. Borrow within your means by assessing your current and projected income realistically, ensuring monthly payments remain comfortable even if financial circumstances change slightly. Look beyond the monthly payment to comprehend the full cost of borrowing. Develop a clear plan for loan repayment, including potential for extra payments when finances allow. Healthy approach to buy now, pay later services. Focus on necessities. Reserve buy now, pay later services primarily for planned, necessary purchases rather than impulse buys to maintain financial discipline. Incorporate all upcoming buy now, pay later instalments into your monthly budget to ensure payments are manageable within your overall financial plan. Maintain a calendar or tracking system for all scheduled payments to avoid missed instalments and potential late fees. And Take full responsibility with total obligation awareness. Regularly review your combined BNPL commitments to prevent overextension across multiple services. Regular financial evaluation and adjustment. Periodic debt review is essential as regular financial evaluation prevents debt from accumulating unnoticed and helps identify potential issues before they become significant problems. Track progress metrics by treating this review as an essential part of your financial routine to maintain awareness and control of your current credit situation. Finally, adjust strategies by applying lessons learned from past financial decisions to continuously improve your approach to credit and debt management. How much can I borrow? Simon Barcode. Your borrowing capacity is significantly affected by credit card limits. For a single borrower earning $100,000 with $4,000 in monthly expenses, the maximum borrowing capacity without a credit card is $650,000. However, with an $8,000 credit card limit, this drops to $610,000, even if you don't use the card. Payment scenarios. A $300,000 loan typically takes 30 years to pay off with minimum payments. Making extra repayments can significantly reduce this timeframe. Adding just $100 extra per month pays the loan off in 25 years, saving 5 years. Increasing to $200 extra per month reduces the loan term to only 20 years, saving 10 years off the original term. These extra payments make the most impact in the middle years of the loan, accelerating the reduction of the principal balance. Maximising your borrowing capacity. Reduce existing credit card limits or close unnecessary accounts before applying for a home loan. Every $10,000 reduction in credit limits could potentially increase your borrowing capacity by $50,000, depending on the lender's assessment criteria. Consolidate multiple smaller debts into one loan with a lower interest rate to improve your debt-to-income ratio and demonstrate better debt management to potential lenders, potentially increasing your borrowing power. A larger deposit reduces the loan-to-value ratio, potentially qualifying you for better interest rates and higher loan amounts. Every additional 5% in deposit can significantly enhance your borrowing options. Integrating financial check-ins with self-care. Schedule money dates. Set aside dedicated time each month to review your financial situation in a pleasant environment. Go have a coffee, go sit in the park, sit outside where it's sunny. Practice mindful spending. Before making purchases, take a moment to reflect on how they align with your values and long-term goals. Financial education is self-care. Incorporate learning about personal finance into your routine through podcasts, during walks, on your run, financial books during relaxation time, or following reputable financial educators on social media during browsing time. By reframing financial management as self-care rather than obligation, you can reduce resistance to regular financial check-ins and build more sustainable money habits that support your overall well-being. Celebrating small financial wins. Define your small wins by identifying meaningful financial achievements that deserve recognition. These could include paying bills on time for 3 consecutive months, reducing credit card balance by $500, or maintaining your budget for a full month. Understanding the psychology behind celebrating small wins is important. It triggers dopamine release that reinforces positive behaviours, making it easier to maintain financial discipline. Create accountability systems by sharing goals with trusted friends or joining financial communities where achievements can be acknowledged. Your financial wellness journey continues. Each day, every day, 365 days a year, offers a chance to make small, positive financial decisions. And every month, 12 times a year, you can regularly review your financial health to keep your financial wellness on track. By prioritising financial literacy, you open yourself to unlimited possibilities for potential growth. Now that's exciting. And you know what's even more exciting is knowing that it all starts with you.